Yo. Oh, sorry. Meetings went long. I know I'm a half hour later than I said I'd be, but just ate for the first time today too, so kind of been crazy. But yeah. There we go. Got some kombucha. Ready to go. Yeah, so you're here earlier. Appreciate you coming back. Um yeah, earlier I was just working on, let's see. Is it gonna work? Right window? What? Ah, son of a bitch. That's when I thought things were going to plan. That's the right window. I don't know. Hmm. Put the finder on. Sure, you could look at that. That's not useful though. That's useful. He's back. You're back. Enough about me, man. Excuse me. Ate like half a chicken. Going full fat kid, but yeah. Back to Webflow. Or anything else you guys want to jump into. I'm kind of down. I kind of have to get this done, but I kind of burnt out on it. So if you want to give me a reason not to do this, please don't be shy. Hi, Zone. Yo. What is good? He's back. Excuse me. Falling apart. So where was I? I think it's trying to figure this fucking thing out. So I'm trying to systemize this so I can proliferate it across all the different pages. There's a couple things I need to check on. I want to update the design because it doesn't work. Well, that's just fascinating. You'd love to see it. Min height 70, view height. Okay, that was easy. FAQ, let's add a little height here. Do work, man, get all that done and over with and get ready for bed. Oh, it's 3 in the afternoon, man. It's not bedtime yet. Fucking cycles. I don't think you guys understand how much this mic, actually it's pretty incredible. It is just inches off the screen. Filters out so much noise. I'm just like so distracted because I'm a goldfish. I don't know what's going on with my throat. It's all messed up. Yeah, you guys miss a lot of nonsense. Okay, so this is all straightforward. This is min height 100, isn't it? Min height 100. I don't think it needs. I don't know. There's none. Something else. Here we go. Routing BG. Routing? Or what was the terminology I used? Inline. Probably a better way of doing this so I don't have to do this twice. But what are you gonna do? Auto? What you got? 50 view height? I think this is just 100%. And then we can fuck with this. Yeah, it's not as important for it to be full screen here. It probably doesn't need to be full screen anywhere, but that's what can you do? We got our mobile nav. We're all goldfishes after a while. Never heard truer words. Good God. It's always it's our time eventually. That's for sure. I did notice one other thing, like as I was trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So I had my nav just disappearing before. No idea what that's about. The context to it is also disappearing. Like getting to a point where I feel like I need to do something about it. I'm gonna put music on, by the way. Okay. It's really loud. I can't hear a thing. Okay. And so this is like, this is really important with webflow stuff. Before you copy things into other places, sure it's right. Double check all your structures, all your conditional visibilities, and text colors, because get it wrong and you copy and paste it, you're doing that shit again. So if you want to not do it twice, 3 times or 4 times in my instance, check these things. Learn from my pain. So I don't really know what to do about this. This is all the, I mean, I can inspect what is going on here. It's the same thing. This menu context container is opacity 0. I have no idea where that's coming from. Well, only way I know to fix it right now. This guy. Opacity, was it 50? I think 70 is my inactive opacity. So that's my way of just forcing it on. I really don't know what's going on. Some webflow interactions somewhere. But I've checked everything up, the chain from this, and there's nothing. That's usually where you can get in trouble, is like just having a chain of, like, so if you have an interaction on this level, it can sometimes affect this. It could be buried within here as well. I guess there's no reason why it couldn't. It's usually not the way it happens, though. So I want to figure out what I can do with this. I feel like I've seen this kind of thing a million times on awards. Why don't I look? Although there's a cryptic Japanese website on awards homepage, so I want to take a look. This, don't even know what happened. Oh, how obnoxious is that move? Sorry, I'm not into that. And it's everywhere. Why? I mean, I like the idea. It's just if you're gonna have 3 things, it's suddenly like a directional shift. with no easing whatsoever. Told you I can complain about anything. Stop with this. Giving me anxiety. Who are you? There's a title you don't see very often of PR empathizer. I don't know what that is. Never heard of that. I also don't work in the PR world. Getting us to work properly is a pain, mixed of vertical and horizontal scroll. Oh, I can imagine. I to me, it's just jarring. Unless there's like a real deliberate reason for it. Like, there's something nice about it pushing you through. I don't even want to read that. I'm done. I can't do it. Get me out of here. Like, I think there's ways of like easing it. But then you're kind of getting into scroll jacking in some sense, or not scroll jacking, but just controlling scroll velocity or smooth scroll, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, I'm all for that, but I think it's got to be like more intentional. Like, there's no return on that move. I'll go back just because I'm not that petty. I maybe I am actually. Love that. Like, this is great. Love the continuity and the content. But like this, like, what am I getting for that? I am seeing 2 extra images here. And the like, if anyone scrolls in any sort of traditional sense, like you're almost there off the initial scroll in the glide. Like I don't understand what I'm getting out of this. Again, very nice in theory, but and all this is executed with like a lot of finesse. Like there's no doubt about that. But that is just pointless. That's like because we can. I don't know. I'm on my old man shit. See, this makes so much more sense without translate on. This is so much better. This makes sense. Hmm. Okay. At least they didn't mean to have that text like that. That was not it. Oh, but that was the whole reason I went. Oh, awards. They have the list view. Gallery nav. Image galleries. What is it? List? Oh, what would it be? I don't know what the word is for it. I'm probably overthinking it. Search continues. I know I'm glossing over a lot of stuff, but it's just that is so uninspiring. Okay, I'm out of here. I go to my editorial board. I need to add more to it. Promise I've like seen it all. Oh, go. I don't expect I'm really gonna find all that much. I'm just need something to spark some sort of idea. And I don't really need to. I just if I can do a little bit of extra thinking up front before I duplicate and get it across the site. I probably should. I can tell you, like, off the bat, like, there's things I'd like to do, and there's things I know I can do, and things I want to do. And it's like, what's the intersection of those things? Like, this is, I'm not getting paid for this at all. Outside of, there's no incentive for me to, like, go above and beyond outside of the fact that, like, I'm attaching my name to it. And I wanted to be good, but it's like, it's never going to be a portfolio piece. Never was. But at the same time, like having some sort of pride in what I'm doing and taking the opportunity to try and do something interesting, even though they won't care. Like they'll be sort of indifferent if it's like they won't notice if it's okay or if it's good, as long as it's okay. But of course, like regardless, they'll have feedback about it. That's that's the way it works. Like people have shit designed website. They're like, yeah, our site's okay, but like could be reworked. There's like dog shit. You give them something more refined in some capacity, and suddenly they have a million things that they're nitpicking. It's like they're not doing their jobs unless they have feedback or don't like something about it. That's what I was saying. Like, I could legitimately like not. I could find something not to like about anything. I don't know if that's a gift. I'm just blessed in that way. But I feel like everyone can do it. Like they'll find some of the best stuff. They'll find something they don't like about it. And right now, I'm just trying to get this thing done. I've got a million things I'm trying to get going. And they need to launch this site very soon. I'm not really seeing anything. It's anything I want to do. Especially for like the vibe that they have for this. Like it doesn't, it's very simple. But I don't want it to be boring. And right now this is pretty fucking boring. I had it center aligned, I had it so you hover over this and this appears. So the hover on these are all gone. I don't know what. Mouse hover. So that swaps the image. Key routing titles. Oh, that's why. These should be T routing titles. Change that. There we go. I wonder if that's why I was having, like, these weren't, no, it wasn't. It was the parent. But at least the hover should work now. Yeah. So this text was over the top of it. I think maybe bringing it back. I'm just running this text bigger. Problem is there's accommodations that's problematic, and then there's special occasions. Those are the two sections that are kind of long. Find out what can be done about that. You need to stress test it. This is where you kind of pick your poison. Like, it will break at a certain point. Another word we can use. Lodging. Domicile. There we go. Shelter. I don't know. Might not be another. Accommodations might be what it is. I'm trying to think, like, if I can get accommodations down and I push the type bigger. You know what? I could probably do view width. Sorry, I'm just gonna cut that thought off. I don't think vertical spacing is going to be a problem with this, especially if I put that content to the bottom. Like, you're going to be running some really strange aspect ratios in order for it to be a problem. And this is where, like, when you use proportions, you can add extra conditions on to try and cover off, like, if the view height or if the window is less than such height, reduce like the font size to, instead of 15 view width, it's 12 view width. Probably should start thinking about doing that. I don't know. It'd be great if there was like a library or something like that. Or just some way in Webflow to like add conditions of like all these instances, because usually you have to kind of have to pick a lane of like which one you want to do. Or which problem you want to run into first, I guess is the better way to put it. So now this is 13 view width. Oh, specs are gone. Scroll into view, start animation. This has got to go to. We got to change this to view width, even though it's 0. don't get why this just doesn't preview it. Doesn't preview the move, but it previews the opacity. A little excessive. Now we can chill out with that just a little bit. Now we're doing view width. You want to, you probably just want to match the like if you do one in view width, do the other in view width. Otherwise, you're prone for all sorts of mismatch. I think that's probably pretty obvious. Also, I like M. Just don't have to mess with it, and I don't know why. I wish someone could tell me. Maybe I'm crazy. The fact that M seems to scale better than like if I use proportional units. I don't understand it. I always end up like changing the height and the letter spacing if I use view width at smaller sizes. Like it's different. Mostly because the font size, that's probably why, is the font size changes. I think I answered my own question. Carry on. Nothing to see here. See, I almost got myself in trouble again. Not carrying this over. Well, we got to do this, this. Um, hmm. Brain fart. Check. Test. Effect. Text color from text color. So I'm trying to incorporate the same sort of like tonality. So this, everything in the resort is like this warmer color. The idea it's based on sand. It is what it is, half of it being in the ocean. No, this is a resort, excuse me. That's why I was like, did I really do that? Yeah, resort is warm, island's green, and experiences is like a bluish. And so it's a theme. Just leave it at that. All these to be incorporated. Cover intro. Wait, why am I being so damn dense? For container, yeah, this needs to be. I already have it here. Maybe the kombucha is not enough. I need some high test stuff. This, I thought I already did this. I don't. I need to stop being surprised by being so confused about things. I did forget there might be. There's 4, so this is all of them. But I'm gonna go in and just add like the combo class to whichever one is currently shown, so it's not showing the one you're currently on. This. Again, hit me with whatever questions, comments you got. Some of this isn't the most exciting. I've been talking like all morning. But I'm just cruising. You guys, whatever I can help with. Wait, what is this? I have that here. Yeah, sometimes things just short circuit my brain. That all looks right. This booch doesn't taste particularly good. This tastes fishy. Not what you look for in booch. Let's test this to make sure it works. It does not. Why is this so different? This would be island. No, this is resort. Excuse me. And we are on the amenities. I'll go off. Don't even need to show it. I think at the very least, it's good to. Well, no, I didn't even get the animations to work. Fuck, aren't they working? T routing titles. Oh, yeah. Good. That's the line heights clipping that. A little surprised that this is. No skin off my back to go bigger. Why is it not loading? Both in the same units. Open to suggestions here. Like the fade doesn't even work. I wish I knew what was going on. I'm afraid I don't. My assumption is there's something with the hover. Rerouting titles. Don't think I want to set this as initial state. I think that's part of my problem. At least the fade works. There must be a position. Somewhere set as the initial state. Gotta be really careful with that shit. Not gonna sweat on it. It works. Get everything else in a good spot. This is another one that's got problems. I know what I can do. So while scrolling in view, class, hide, scroll indicator, secondary page load in. This is where this one's doing a lot of things. Floor CTA, where's the like this should be highlighting. There's some weird shit going on right now. I really don't understand. Which target? This could get weird. Yeah, I don't like that. More the opacity that's causing the problems here. Get rid of that. So I have an action, so when I scroll, it's going to hide. Maybe not. But the problem is I've done it different ways on different pages, and I'm paying for it right now. Oh, I'm paying for it. Developing's fun. Well, I'd never want to do this for like full-time job. I want to cry. Maybe I don't need to hide it. Have it scroll over like that. Oh, works. What else? Okay. Start adding this in other places. Dining. I just go back to this. I did go back to this. Okay, moving. Let's change the name to experience. Updates the tabs. It updates everything. Like, this was a lot of fucking work up front, but I think it was worth it. Off. Not the most exciting. Gotta be done though. Sorry, I just got an email about this project. All right. Well, I mean, it's gonna be pretty easy then. I have to make sure all the links work. I might be able to call it on this fairly soon. A big thing for them to focus on. I mean, obviously the book now needs to work, and so I got to do a walkthrough for the owner of the island to kind of explain what we did. Can't really bring them along because the site's already done. Ideally, that's you get some initial input. I mean, I talked about it earlier. Excuse me. His thing was just like big imagery, so that's what we did. And yeah, I mean, I think it's. Oh. See, this is the problem with the fucking view width. Assholes like me ruin all the fun. It might have to be view height. That'll be flexible height. And the background sticky. Could work. Shit like this, like I could fix after. Big thing will be getting the imagery updated. So I might be done with this fairly soon. Probably the delight if anyone's still around. Okay, why did that? Ooh, that harsh cut. Gotta see what's going on here. Landing page. Why is that not working? Excuse me? Multiple images are not working now. What the fuck is going on? I'm gonna have a goddamn meltdown with this thing. Works. 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 Doesn't work. Fuck active. Fuck out of here. What is that? Oh. At least I caught it now. You know, it doesn't always happen that way. And it's usually, well, not usually, it can be much bigger of an issue, obviously. I just got to find all these and take off that combo class. I'm trying to understand why I did that. There's typically a reason for these things, and I'm really struggling to understand what that is. Ocean works. I can't understand why it's going back to this, though. That is not the correct image. Is this a z-index thing? My guess is it's not. This is referencing the wrong image. Yep. Okay, I've got two things to fix. At least it's all in the same place. That's not that bad. The roller coaster of emotions. Okay. Getting there. I feel like I'm not stress testing everything I should. I feel like there's more things to find out. Got that. Got a bad feeling about this. And the worst is when I find out why I have the active combo class that I'm now deleting. Like, there is a reason, I promise. At some point there was a reason, whether it matters or not, I don't really know. But yeah, that could be another reason to do a lap. Just wanted to check on that. Realize I hadn't really looked. Okay, caught up. You got through all these? It'd be kind of funny to have done that and then copy and paste from one that I didn't actually update and then create the same problem again. That has happened many times. I don't think I need this to be off. Doesn't exist. History. Off. Yeah, it's uno más. Okay, I think it's hmm. This is the page that's fully broken. This is the layout they want, or they wanted to like just put this copy in here, but I think I'm trying to get them to tell stories in this very concise way. Like people are not, they're not readers, especially when it comes to looking at a remote island. Go ahead and publish this. That is a lot of errors. Interesting. This is chunk.js. Unable to prevent default issue inside passive event listener due to target being treated as passive. Holy shit. Let's go. I'd love to understand what this is. So yeah, you can't see it, but there's a ton of errors. If you call prevent default on every touch start, then you also have. Well, this is interesting. Anybody familiar with this? Prevention, unable to prevent. My guess is because that's the editor or the designer. I hope if I go to this. Inspect it. Yeah. There's only 3 errors. Failed to fetch integrations for right key undefined. BigQuery deferred exception cannot set properties of undefined setting persistent UI state. Cannot set properties of undefined setting. Some sort of JS error. Seems like it's on webflow. I don't know. Not sure. Not gonna worry about it. Oh yeah. This will get better in 2.0 or 1.1, whatever you want to call it. It's back to view height. Landing pages. Especially with her, like, so client has, like I mentioned last time, like a very narrow viewport. So kind of always have to consider what they're looking at it on. I mean, it's underwhelming at certain points, but it would take a lot to break it vertically. Like a lot. I don't think there's anybody in the history of the internet who browses like this. If they do, fuck them. I actually might go down on view height for portrait iPads, but even then, it'd be okay. Yeah, it's the other thing to fix, which doesn't work anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. Why are these blank? Fuck you. Whatever. Another thing to fix on this page. Oh, not routing page. It's on any of these. So you'll see like there's a flash. It doesn't show as much in the preview as it does on the homepage. It doesn't show there. Well, maybe there's nothing to fix. So I do need those set to initial state. That's why those are showing up. That one. This one. Yep. Okay. Oh, and then you set these to view height. Weird as that is for font this size. I just don't want weird proportions. Okay, let's publish that. Yeah, it's pretty quiet, and I've been talking literally all day. Got any questions? Feel free to pop them in. Otherwise, I think I'm probably going to jump off and do some of the boring shit. I do want to figure out at least an approach for like the prints page. That's kind of a mind fuck navigating between the products and the collection CMS and the multi-image and where those could live. I really kind of at a loss of like what's gonna happen there, but I don't think it makes for good streaming for me to like sit there and just like damn near cross-eyed trying to figure out what to do with CMS collection strategy and product strategy, more the implementation of that. Like I'll come back with that figured out. I know there's a way. It's kind of like what's the least worst option in terms of like, okay, how do I get, because I also need to think about like how my door just opened. Hold on 1 second. Nope, didn't open. Hearing things. I have like just like an alarm that beeps when the door's open, and I thought I heard it. Yeah, like for my sorry, whack the mic. I need to think about how many images I want to put up there, how often I want to cycle through the images. Do I want to do custom layouts? Do I want to have to figure out different ways you can purchase it? Ideally, just have one product, but you just select an image. Lots of things to kind of sort through. But yeah, I mean, quiet afternoon. Came back on for another extra hour, 15 or so. Still trying to figure. It seems like mornings are the best time to stream. The better time for other people, at least. I'm kind of all over in the morning sometimes. I'm always working. But yeah. So this might be the last time I showed this one on stream. It's getting to a decent place. Again, it's a 1.0. This kind of shit is just gonna bug me to no end. I'll come up with something better. The colors, the refinement, some of the interactions, like getting a seamless transition between. You click on here, it just doesn't work. Oh, I gotta fix that. So it gets like a seamless transition to this image. That was kind of the thinking behind it. I haven't been able to pull it off just yet. It shouldn't be that hard, but it'll be a nice little touch. Yeah, so that's actually one thing I want to fix real fast. Because these are going on top. Link intro container. So this. HTML. Link intro container, pointer, events, none. So that's why, like, when I'm over here and I'm clicking on this, like, it's just clicking on what's on top. And so if you want to prevent that from happening, you just turn off pointer events. So if I publish this again. Refresh. Now I can see, like, I can't click on that. Yeah, that hover interaction needs to get a little bit more interesting. It's straightforward, gets the job done. The other thing is like a mobile. Why is that padding so high? So I turned the hover interactions off for this. So it's really just going to show you that introductory image, which is like the broader experience background image. So that's where the transitions might fall apart. Oh, some of these anchor linking I got to figure out too. And this is very interesting. Avant-garde navigation. Yeah, I'm gonna pop off. Thank you to everyone who came through again. I might come back tomorrow. Might take tomorrow off. Did quite a few hours today. Kind of just want to grind on some things, but I'll come back and work on my site and then hopefully some branding stuff soon. So see how it goes. All right. Thank you everyone. And